Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about federalism. There are four different types of government: unitary, federalism, confederation, and independent states. In a unitary system, there is one central government, and the federal government holds all power. An example would be in Germany or in France. In federalism, you have two separate but equal governments, and they both hold equal power. And United States is an example of that. In a confederation, you have two separate governments, and the state hold the power. In independent states, you have one state government and only state government. So what is federalism? A federal system is a system of government in which the national government and state governments share power and derive all authority from the people. In United States history, there have been different types of federalism, dual and cooperative. In dual federalism, which was present in 1789 to the 1930s, you had separate but equal powers of government. The state had its greatest power at this time. The federal government limited powers given in the Constitution. Neither state or federal governments interfered with each other. In the cake analogy, this can be seen as two separate but equal layers of cake. In cooperative federalism, which was present during the New Deal, during FDR's rule, federal government grew, sharing powers between the state and federal governments, and federal government gave money to fund specific organizations. And in going back to the cake analogy, this can be seen as a marble cake. In new federalism, which was present during the 1980s till today, the states had greater power than in cooperative federalism, and the states could decide what to do with the money given to them by the federal government. Now we're going to be talking about the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. The Federalists favored the Constitution, and they favored greater federal government control. And Alexander Hamilton and James Madison wrote Federalist papers to advertise why the Constitution was beneficial to the people. The Anti-Federalists gave us the Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments in the Constitution, and they are powers that protect us from the government. The Anti-Federalists wanted power to the people. Powers divided. Concurrent powers are powers shared by both the state and federal government. An example would be taxes. Reserved powers, which are stated in the 10th Amendment, are powers that are given to the states. Enumerated powers gives federal government power, and they are listed in Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, and it lists powers given to federal governments by the Constitution. Necessary and proper clause. It is also known as the elastic clause and is strengthened by the federal government. The supremacy clause states that the federal government has supreme say to all, and they have the final say. State-to-state agreements. Full faith and credit clause states that documents in one state are credible in another state. The extradition clause states that all states give people running from the law in one state back to the state they come from. And privileges and immunities are all rights the state afford to its own people are afforded to the people of other states. Thank you all for listening to this, and I hope you enjoyed it.